Alright, YouTube, you guys probably been wondering where I've been, and I've been busy. That new job I started is 12-hour days, 5, sometimes 6 days a week. You guys know I'm trying to get the house built. Bought me a camper so I can stay down here when I want to work on the house. I think last time I left you guys off, driveway was the same. Get you guys flipped around. Driveway was the same. Got my power in. The trench goes through here. Hopefully you guys can see. Got my slab done. I think last time was just forms when you guys saw it quite some time ago. Slab's done, and got the blocks done. Right now I'm finishing up the sill plates. We put them all in last night. I got to countersink a couple of them, and then we'll be ready to frame. I got my door, my other door in the back. I got all my lumber, 2x8s for my headers, all my 2x6 for my studding. I got one free window which is brand new, just needs cleaned up, from my stepdad. And then I got my kitchen window, my bedroom windows, all my plywood. Underneath there, I'm not going to show you, is my other door and my OSB. Here's all my 2x6s, obviously. So, been very, very, very busy. I got 100 pounds of nails. Here's my pedestal going onto the camper. So I got electricity. And now I'm just kind of grinding by myself, trying to help me get the last little bit of stuff done. What we did was we left these up above. Just makes it a whole lot easier. You can just set your wall on top, set your wall next to it. You know, your wall starts here, set it next to it, run a line just like we did here, and just drill a hole just enough for the head, then set them on top, and then you get a little bit more strength. But when we put the concrete in some of the blocks to fill them, it was a little wet, so the bolt actually sunk. So that's what I'm doing now, is going through and tightening them up, and you know, some of them need a little trimming around the edge or something, you know, to get it so I can pull it square or flush to the side of the block. What you can't see, now you can't see it down there. I put sill seal underneath, just that roll of stuff down there. So if all goes well, by the end of the weekend, today's Friday, by the end of the weekend we'll have it framed up. To be quite honest with you, I probably won't do a video. Just too busy trying to hurry up and get everything done. But that'll be framed up. I don't know, maybe the following weekend I'll mess around with windows, maybe I won't. My trusses have been ordered, so be doing all right. I was gonna plumb the well and run the line for that, but it was kind of just a waste of money because I'm not gonna use it right away anyway. I kind of wanted to put my money where I needed to. So basically, so far where I'm at, I own the 5 acres. I own this slab. I own all the wood. I own the frame. I'm going to own my trusses, own my tin. So I will, you know, have a pretty good start. The plan was to do the septic, but I'm thinking when it comes time to come get a small loan or a little line of credit, I'm going to need to use the house and the property as equity. So I thought it would make more sense not to do the sewer now, you know, do the septic now. I would rather have the frame here because the frame probably looks better to the bank. But I have water here and I have power here and I own the 5 acres. You know, if I show that I have the structure itself done, I think they would be more apt to give me a little bit of money. And I'm not looking for a lot. I'll get laid off here pretty soon anyway. So I'm not looking for a big payment, just enough to get me in here basically. So you guys don't really know the floor plan, so I'll show you. Just real quick, it's been a long time since I've done a video, so basically here's gonna be my front road, my front door. Driveway comes in, there'll be a walkway here. Here's my front door. I got two 36-inch doors. I'll walk in. That'll be one of the boys' bedrooms. That'll be another one of the boys' bedrooms. Back door, dining room area, kind of open living room type thing. Okay, living room will extend all the way over into here. If this makes any sense. Kitchen sink. So I'll have my countertops here. Probably refrigerator will go next to that door. Countertop. Okay, somewhere right in here. This is a 16-footer, so probably 16 foot. I got a 16 by 16 bathroom. And the reason why it's so big is you got tub, toilet, sink, spare drain, and then the 4-inch pipe is my water line coming in. So this little section here, a little probably 4 feet or so, be washer. There's my washer out, dryer, you know, and in between here probably will be my panel box and my water tank and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of going to be like my little utility room, the first 4 feet of that or so. And the rest will be a pretty good sized shower, you know. or shower, pretty good sized bathroom. And then the other half over here, so this one will be 16 by 18, I think, so somewhere into here, probably about that second block, halfway through that second block this will be all master bedroom. So window for the bedroom, one on each corner, and then a window over in the corner somewhere where it makes sense, not behind the sink, not in front of the toilet or the shower, obviously, probably in the corner. There, and then I have the big window, my kitchen window, like I showed over there, gonna go behind the sink. And then the boys' bedrooms are gonna have one window on each side, and I'll probably frame one more window on each side here, just because I can go to Lowe's and buy those exact windows pretty cheap. So anyway, I have been busy, and I have spent a lot of money, but things don't go as you always plan them. I try to over budget. I try to over plan everything I possibly can. Say for instance with the well, I planned for like 7,000, 7,500, and ended up coming in at 4,600, which was really, made me happy or whatever. But what I didn't really calculate into that was running the water line. I got water line for free, right? But you have all your adapters, and they should be all brass, and you have all your connectors and hose clamps, and then you have your well pump was $450, which I already have. I just haven't put it in yet. And then, your electrical, your line, your wire, which isn't cheap either. So stuff like that you don't really plan for. The slab I planned for, I think it was 5,000, and it came in at like 3,700 just for the concrete. But rebar mesh was like $450. I spent like $250 on form material, which I reused the form material, the 2x6s. I reused those as floor joists in a shed. So and I use them for scab wood here and there for other things. And then I'll just go 2 rows of block. And the idea behind the 2 row of block is I can use 8-foot lumber, and then I'm gonna have like 9'6" ceilings. So being a smaller house, it'll seem a little bigger because it has tall ceilings. So then I can still use, so from the top of that block, 8 foot up, I can use 8-foot sheetrock, and I can use 8-foot sheathing on the outside. So that's why I did that. And then when you walk in, you're gonna have a huge, real tall ceiling, and it'll feel like a bigger home, because it's not huge. It's 664 square feet. That's of course without the block, so you're gonna lose 16 inches both ways. But then I planned to have the block laid. I didn't really. I just thought that in my head that would make sense. I know blocks are pretty cheap. Buy them for like $1.25 a piece or whatever. And then mortar I assumed was reasonably priced. I'm thinking a couple $100. All said and done, the blocks are almost $1,000. I had someone come lay them, like a family member or whatever, so got a good deal or whatever. He didn't overcharge us at all. He did nice work. But again, it was an expense I wasn't really expecting to kind of do. So just the nickel and dime stuff that's kind of, and then if you wanted to go through and say, you could go through and say, without doors, you could figure out all your studs just by the dimensions, 32 by 52, and you need 126 studs. Plus 3 per corner, so you need 140 studs, 2x6. You can price that, and then you can price everything else, and you can get a pretty good generalization. Okay, it's $1,800, and you can frame your house. Well, no, then you gotta have nails, then you gotta have your sill plates, then you gotta have your sill seal, then you gotta have your anchor bolts, then you have to have your Quikrete or whatever to fill your anchor bolts. So a lot of stuff goes into it that you don't really think. And I planned the big parts, and every big part I overplanned. So the slab I planned 5,000, but by the time I'm done with the blocks and the sill plate, I'm over 5,000, so it is what it is. I'll show you my door since I'm over here, even though I told you I wasn't going to. Not an expensive door. It was I don't know, $280, $270, something like that at Lowe's. Privacy door, so you can't see through the top. The other door has like the 6 windows in it. It's just a regular cheap fiberglass door. It was like $220 or whatever, so you can see through it and whatnot. Yeah, so I'm not going to do anything with the landscaping this first year. I've got to dig a trench around through here and put a drain tile in around the house. I got to scoot the driveway over a little bit. I work at a rock quarry, so I can get stone pretty cheap. I'll eventually crush around the whole driveway. I'm going to dig that out more and get it all flat. It'd be like a nice parking area, or like maybe like the camper or something eventually. Or, for get-togethers and stuff. Build some sort of retaining wall. That's years down the road. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to update. Haven't used the tractor at all for this whole process really. So I'm actually going to look to probably try to sell that Three doors are coming in really handy because I've been hauling water. You see the 55-gallon drum I haul water. I have a friend that lives like a quarter mile that way. Hop on the three-wheeler, go down and fill it up. I got a sump pump set up. I was running with a generator. So water's still a pain in the butt, but it's easy enough. I have all this fill left here. Gonna cover the septic. Basically the septic's gonna be tank 10 feet outside and then two 125-foot runs somewhere in that direction. It gets wet down there going that way, so I'm gonna run straight this way. Hopefully that makes sense. And I think 175 or something is what they wanted for this area and this soil, so I'm gonna go a little further. I'm gonna go to 225, 250 or whatever. Then I got all that material to cover it with. I do have to bury it or whatever. So, but yep, new truck. I don't even remember if I even showed you guys the new truck. Not new, it's 1994, but everything's been good with that so far. I did a brake job on it. I haven't even done a tune-up, but just did an oil change, checked air filter and stuff like that. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I haven't even been on YouTube enough to really watch other people's videos. Normally I'm the guy that sits on YouTube every single day, and not sits on YouTube, but whenever I get a chance, I go through the people's videos that I'm subscribed to, and I only subscribe to the people's videos that I actually enjoy watching. And it's not like I'm excited to see this guy's video or that person's video or this channel's video. I'm usually excited to see every single one on that in that subscription, you know. But I haven't even had time to do that. I work 12-hour days. What little bit I do get to plan at work or call around and order material or call around and plan things, I do as much as I can. I scoot home, or I scoot down here, work for an hour or two or whatever I can, and then, you know, start right back at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's been very, very busy, and things have been going a lot slower than I thought. But the good thing is I make decent money, so every week that I don't make huge progress, I make a little money that I can actually spend. So a lot of the money I've been spending, all the blocks I paid for out of my paychecks, I didn't take that money out of my house savings account. So we're getting down there a little bit with the money, but it'll all work out and we'll have it shelled in. And we can say we bought our property, we drilled our well, you know, pretty much everything except for the septic. We dried in our house on our own dollar. So instead of going out and spending $150,000 on a house like we did last time and not owning any part of it, this was 5 years later, not owning any part of it, we'll be a whole lot more ahead. So even if I do have to borrow some money, I'll feel a whole lot better about it. And I think we're overbuilding a lot of the stuff. The concrete, you know what I mean, is extra strong, was thicker than code, and so on and so forth. The blocks, you only have to fill so many of them. We filled the majority of them. So stuff like that. But I'm going to quit ranting now. Got a 12-minute and 50-second video on a cell phone that sucks. So we'll catch you guys later, and thanks for watching.